April 6th marked a one-year anniversary, an anniversary that we'll probably remember as long as we're alive. One-year anniversary of Chris still being alive, really. That's what it amounts to. That's the way I look at it. But 1 year ago, April 6th, Chris had that stroke that changed her life dramatically, changed my life dramatically, and really made a huge difference in our entire family, grandkids, great-grandkids, everybody. And Sherry did an outstanding job posting a lot about this year on our social media, YouTube and Facebook and stuff. And then Jordan also posted about the 1 year anniversary. And if you haven't looked at those videos or seen those posts, I think Sherry's might not even been a video, just a post. Jordan's might have been also. But you ought to look at them because, by golly, it tells a lot of the inner workings of what happened there. And I know this has happened to lots of families, but to be able to chronicle it, because there are some of you out there that might be young now, that 10, 20, 15, 30 years from now, you might have to go through this exact same thing. And you might be able to learn something that might help you get through it a little bit easier, because can I tell you, it's probably the most difficult thing. Well, it is the most difficult thing that I've ever gone through. Obviously the most difficult thing that Chris has gone through. But the good thing is we're celebrating the 1 year anniversary of being alive. After I drove back from Alabama, drove 22 hours down to Alabama and back, 22 straight hours, and met with that doctor in Oklahoma City at OU Medical University, OU Medical Center, great big giant state-of-the-art hospital, brand new. And that neurosurgeon told me that Jimmy, Chris is really damaged, and he showed me her brain, the scan of it, reminded me of a live scope scan, but and he showed me what I was looking at. 70% of one side of her brain, the left side of her brain, had been destroyed. The other side had the swelling on it, but those cells were still good on the right side, which makes her left side operate perfectly. But he just looked me right in the eye and said, Jimmy, it's very unlikely that she'll leave this hospital alive. If she does, she will probably never go back to your ranch, and she'll probably be in a nursing home and have to have 24-hour care, basically, you know, be a vegetable. And I didn't accept that at the time. I don't accept it right now. She's never spent a single day in the nursing home. She did spend about 8 or 10 weeks in the hospital through all that. Several days in intensive care, 2 other hospitals, rehab, 8 or 10 weeks involved in all that. But since then, she's either lived right here with me at the ranch, or she's lived with Jack and Sherry on times when I've been out on the road working. And as I said, I don't want to double back on anything that Sherry or Jordan talked about, because they actually told the story really, really good. But I decided she's improved remarkably. And she continues to improve every single day. I still believe 100% she will be walking, she'll be talking, she'll have that same sweet voice back. It's getting closer all the time. And I believe her right arm will start moving. That right arm now is just there. It's just there. I mean, if it was amputated, she probably wouldn't know the difference. I mean, that's what it is. But that arm's going to come back and be working also. And she's going to be winding with that arm. She's going to be casting with that spinning rods with that arm. And that'll happen. I believe that'll happen. I believe it with all my heart. And but the year has gone through from almost getting back a little girl mentally that was 4 or 5 years old, that was innocent, sweet, but it wasn't the woman that I was married to, obviously, that I got back. But during that, and honestly, I don't think she knew that I was her husband. I'm pretty sure that somewhere in her mind she might still be in love with me, but I think that mostly she wasn't. I think that over a year, I think she's fallen back in love with me now. I have no doubt about that. We're now a husband and wife again. I'll just leave that at there. But and she still at times has that little girl attitude and innocence, but she's come back to being a full-grown woman. There's no doubt about that. But she still at times breaks down and cries. I cry with her. She still is not the same, but she will be. She'll be back 100%. I know that. But to celebrate that, and I thought that we would have an anniversary. You know, we don't make anniversaries big deals. We never have. This coming anniversary this year will be 59 years. That's right, 59 years. December 30, 59 years. So I guess the following one, we better make that something pretty big, right? 60 years together. That'll be, what would that be? That'll be 23, I guess, 23. Yeah, 37 and 23 is 60. I don't care how you cut it. That's what they have. So that'll be 60 years we've been married in December of 23. So we're 18 months away from that. But we've never made anniversaries big, but I thought this is a big one. April 6th is 1 year to celebrate Chris being alive. And not only that, when she was hanging on to life, just hanging on to life by a thread in that hospital a year ago from April 6th, she's remarkably different woman, remarkably different, and just a beautiful woman again. So we want to celebrate that. So I was going to take her out to, and I did take her out to a Japanese Hibachi steakhouse where they come out and chop all the meat up and do all the things and throw the eggs up in the air and spin them around and fire. I love fire. We had big fires there. So what are you having, baby?
Having
Shrimp and steak?
Yeah.
Shrimp and steak?
Having shrimp and steak.
Shrimp and steak, that's right. You look awful nice there this evening.
Not really.
Yeah, looking awful nice. That shirt right there. There we go. Well, so we got here a little later than we intended, didn't we?
Right.
Charlie and I fished too long, didn't we?
You did.
And then we got tied up with other stuff at the ranch, so we're a little later. But we got here before they closed. That was the main thing. All right, babe. Yeah. Watch the egg. Oh my goodness. How you doing, babe? Is it good? Pretty good idea I had, huh? Is this a good idea I had? A very good idea, huh? And, you know, you obviously get to meet people at those kind of places generally because they have tables all around. And there was a young couple in there that had two beautiful kids. And I asked them, you know, as I videoed some of the dinner there, I asked them, you know, you don't have any problem being on Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube, do you? And Facebook. And he said, oh, no, that'd be great. We'll love it. And so we had an enjoyable dinner with them. Don't even know their names, but we had an enjoyable dinner with them and with Chris, and she ate really well. She had steak and shrimp, and I had shrimp and scallops. And but we just had a great time eating dinner there. But I'd planned a really big evening. You know, we had gotten messed up on picking up groceries at Walmart. We got there too late. They had already quit doing that. So we went the next day to pick them up, and we missed a 24-hour deadline we didn't know we had. So they'd put them back on the shelf. So that meant that And I mean, I had to go in and buy a tripod. You know, I've been fighting that tripod. I broke an leg off of it, and it didn't work right. Well, finally, it fell over and really broke everything. So I had to run into Walmart, and I thought I would run into Walmart while they were loading my groceries. Well, they had put all my stuff back on the shelf. So I went into Walmart, and it actually took me an hour to buy a tripod. I couldn't find it. Jamie was on the phone going through the fancy like the kids do nowadays. Dad, it's in aisle J15. J15, it says he got them. You could pick them up at that Walmart. Sulphur, Oklahoma. Can't tell you there's no J15. There's no J15. J14 then goes to K1, H-I-J-K. And so I kept looking and looking and looking. And the one guy that was back there in the electronics had a customer. And so I was going to wait till after that customer got through, and they would talked and talked and talked. And I thought, well, he must be having a real issue with some electronics. And so I finally got over there a little bit close to where they were, hoping that, well, maybe he was getting ready to leave, and I could ask that guy if they had that tripod. Well, come to find out, it was just the guy's buddy. They were probably talking about fishing and stuff. And one of them looked up and said, hey, Jimmy. And that other guy said, Mr. Houston, are you looking for something? Can I help you? And I told him, yeah. And it's supposed to be on J15. He said, well, there's no J15. I said, I know that. I know there's no J15 in this Walmart. But on your website, you think there is. He said, no, we didn't have one, so we put that stuff right here. It was like right beside where he was. All I needed to do was walk over there 30 minutes earlier, and I could have been gone. But anyway, we get to the Japanese steakhouse at 8:30. They close at 9. And it takes a long time to eat that meal, and we were visiting with the other people and having a great time. And Chris, she really cleaned her plate up well. I mean, she ate a lot of stuff. She just loved it. The only bad thing was not having my granddaughter Jordan and my daughter Sherry there, because they love that place as well. I thought about ordering a separate dinner and eating it myself just for them. I didn't. But that meant we had to go at Walmart, and I could never believe it, but the Walmart in Ardmore, Oklahoma closes at 11 o'clock, and I was still in there shopping. And I'm not a good shopper. I had written down on my phone a lot of things to buy, but I bought a lot of things that wasn't on my phone, didn't buy the things that was on my phone. But at 5 minutes to 11, they told us basically, we had to leave Walmart. It was getting ready to close. So I did that. Anyway, that little one-year anniversary dinner turned into quite a fiasco, because I get Chris back here at midnight. Now, Chris will go to bed about 8:30 if she can at night. I mean, she sleeps a lot, and that sleep is good for her. They tell me it's really good for her brain to sleep a lot. So she takes at least one nap during the day, sometimes two. She goes to bed a lot at 8:30. Now that Dodger baseball has started, she's starting to stay up a little bit later, but like West Coast games don't even start till 9 o'clock Oklahoma time, so she probably will make about 3 or 4 innings, and that's about all. Ask me the next morning who won. But she got back here at midnight. So the great big deal that I had planned sort of turned into a fiasco. But the great part about the whole deal is it turned into way later than she wanted to stay up. But she never drowsed a little bit on the way home. It takes about 30 minutes to get home from Ardmore. She stayed awake. She was talking. She loved the evening, was talking about it, everything that had gone wrong, but we still had fun. Just like any typical man and wife would. And that's the great part about the whole thing. Yeah, she can't walk yet. Yeah, I don't understand everything that she's saying. But we have become just like a typical man and wife. We really have. And that's what the 1-year anniversary is all about. When we hit the 2-year anniversary, April 6th of 2023, it'll be, I'm going to let her walk up here and talk to y'all. In fact, you'll see her walking right before that. Guys and girls, right there.